Hare Krishna and Namaste, dear yogis, devotees, and everyone who joined our lectures. As I promised, in the end of this playlist, I give a bonus, a short description of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why do we discuss Srimad Bhagavatam here? Because Bhagavad Gita is a Krishna's word about himself, about his relationship with his devotees. And if you want to know a little bit more about Krishna, about who he is and what is his life looks like and what are his qualities transcendental, you should read Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is a story about told in the forest of Naimisharanya by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaja Parikshit. Maharaja Parikshit is a grandson of Arjuna and Pandavas, and he was about to die, and he had 1 week. He fasted that week, and he met Shukadeva Goswami. And many sages get together that time, and they all listen Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is a description of Krishna's pastime. It consists of 12 cantos, 334 chapters, and about 18,000 verses. 10th canto is the biggest one, with 89 chapters and about 4,000 verses. However, if you would like to read particularly this canto, in the form of a story, you can read a book named Krishna by His Grace by Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Otherwise, let's see the topics canto by canto. We will proceed to the canto number 1. Canto number 1, Creation. Here we see description of what happened after the Kurukshetra fight. Krishna goes to Dwaraka, the Yadu dynasty disappears, and Pandavas leave the planet. Pandavas' grandson Parikshit, Maharaja Parikshit, was ruling the earth, the kingdom, that time, and the description of the beginning of Kali Yuga is given there also. And the story about how Maharaja Parikshit was cursed and how he met Shukadeva Goswami. The canto number 2, Cosmic Manifestation, is the smallest canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Here we can see the process of creation, and Maharaja Parikshit asks Shukadeva Goswami about devotional service and about the perfection of life. In the canto number 3, very wide description of cosmic manifestation is given. It is described by Kapila Muni. Also, calculation of time, yuga, avatars, etc., is described there. In the canto number 4, we can see the story how Daksha curses Shiva and Sati quits her body. The stories of Dhruva Maharaja, of the King Prithu and King Puranjana are given. Canto number 4 is the creation of the 4th order. Canto number 5. In the first part of canto number 5, the story of Lord Rishabhadeva and King Bharata are given. And in the second part of canto number 5, very elaborated description of cosmic creation is given. The Bhumandala, Jambudvipa and planet systems are described. In the canto number 6, Prescribed Duties for Mankind, the story of Arjamila is given. Also the story of demon Vritasura and King Chitraketu are described. Canto number 7, The Science of God. Generally, the story of Hiranyakashipu and Prahlada Maharaja is described in the canto number 7. Canto number 9, Withdrawal of Cosmic Creation. Gajendra story is there. The story about how the demons and demigods were churning the ocean, and how the Mahini Murti appeared among them. The story of Lord Vamanadeva and Bali Maharaja is given, and the story of Matsya, incarnation of Lord. Canto number 9, Liberation. We see there the story of King Ambarisha and Durvasa Muni. The pastimes of Lord Ramachandra is briefly described. The story of Lord Parashurama and the story of King Yayati. Canto number 10, the Summum Bonum. Yes, here it is the biggest canto, and the description of Krishna's life is there, starting from Damodara Lila and continue with his Yas and Rasa Lila, and the way he descended, killed the demons, played with Gopas and Gopis, his loving relationship with parents and friends, and all his rasas are there. So it is the biggest canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The short version you can read in the book named Krishna, written by Prabhupada. Canto number 11 is very interesting canto because it is almost the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So once again the story about how the Yadu dynasty was cursed and disappeared, this story is described. And Canto 11th also is known as an Uddhava Gita because Uddhava is a close friend of Krishna's. He comes to Krishna before Krishna leaves this earth, and his Uddhava's love for Krishna is endless, and they have a conversation, and it is as sweet as Bhagavad Gita. Even so, it is a little bit bigger than Bhagavad Gita, and many topics are described again and again, and sometimes even more information is given in Uddhava Gita. It is very nice story. End of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the age of deterioration. So here we see description of Kali Yuga symptoms, Bhumi Gita and the description of universal annihilation, last instruction to Maharaja Parikshit by Shukadeva Goswami, and the way Parikshit passes away when the Dakshaka bites him. The story of Markandeya Rishi is given, and it is a very beautiful story, and a lot of knowledge is there. At the end of canto number 12, the summary, topic by topic, of Srimad Bhagavatam is given. So, what is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam? What is the supreme purpose and higher perfection of life is a question from canto 2. And the answer is there. The highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, is to remember personality of Godhead, Krishna, at the end of life. So we can attain his abode, we can directly serve him and his associates, and we will never come back to the material world of karmic reactions, actions and reactions. So I am so very happy that we spent so much time with all of you. I wish you all the best in your devotional service and spiritual self-realization. Hare Krishna.